counting me out. Yeah. They counting me out. Yeah. They counting me out. Yeah. They counted me out before I learned how to count my blessings. I was buried in the dark, still I turned the dirt into a weapon. If you only love me when I'm winning, you don't know me. I built a throne from every place they said I'd never be. I remember empty rooms and a phone that never rang. Everybody had advice, nobody had a hand. They saw the broken pieces, said that's all that he could be, but they never saw the nights I fought to keep believing me. I had pain in my chest and a storm in my head. Had 1,000 different reasons just to stay in that bed. Every failure left a mark, every loss left a scar. But a scar ain't just a wound, it's proof of where you are. I stopped asking for permission, stopped explaining my position. When they closed another door, I started building my own interests. I was tired of being almost, tired of being not yet, tired of hearing maybe someday from people who had nothing left. So I took every rejection like a brick in my hand, built a wall around my weakness, then I learned how to stand. They were laughing at the vision they could never understand. Now the same ones asking questions wanna know who I am. See, they don't clap when you're climbing from the bottom, they clap when you're standing where they thought you couldn't get. And that's why I stopped performing for applause. I don't need you to believe me, I believe when no one did. I don't need you to forgive me, I survived what you forbid. Every no became a heartbeat, every quit became a spark. They tried to bury my potential, I learned how to breathe in the dark. If you want to, just don't be surprised when I come back again. Yeah. They counted me out. They forgot what the pressure can do. I was losing everything, but I was finding something new. If you've ever had somebody tell you that you wouldn't make it through, then this one's for you. They counted me out too. I know what it's like to smile when you're falling apart, to say I'm good while you're fighting the war in your heart. I know what it's like watching everybody move ahead while you're lying wide awake with 1,000 thoughts in your head. You start questioning your value, start comparing your road, start believing every voice that tells you you're too slow. But listen, your timeline isn't broken because somebody passed you. Your chapter isn't finished cause somebody outlasted you. Some flowers need the winter just to prove they can bloom. Some people need the silence just to hear what they can do. I lost friends, I lost trust, I lost sleep, I lost love, I lost pieces of myself trying to become enough. Then one night I looked inside and finally understood I wasn't supposed to become somebody else, I was supposed to become more of who I was. That's when everything changed. I stopped asking why did they leave and started asking why was I begging people to stay in a place I had already outgrown. Now moving different, not because I'm better, but because I finally learned the value of my weather. I don't chase every person who decides to disappear. Some exits are protection disguised as heartbreaking fear. I don't hate you for leaving, you just showed me what I needed. Sometimes losing someone's presence is how you find out you've been bleeding. I used to think revenge meant proving them wrong. Now I know revenge is waking up and living strong. It's becoming everything they said you'll never be, without becoming bitter from the things they did to me. That's the victory, not the money, not the numbers, not the people screaming your name. The victory is looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself again. They counted me out, but I never counted myself. They thought I needed saving, I was learning how to save myself. They saw the worst day, thought it was my final scene, but pressure doesn't kill a fighter. Sometimes pressure builds the machine. They counted me out, now I'm counting every scar. Every wound became a map to show me who we really are. If you came from nothing, if you cried when nobody knew, if they walked you away when you needed them, I know what that feels like too. There were days I wanted answers more than I wanted peace. Wanted somebody to explain why the pain wouldn't release. I wanted apologies from people who had moved on. Wanted closure from the ones who never knew what they did wrong. Then I learned something hard. You don't always get an apology, you don't always get an explanation. You don't always get the ending you thought the story owed you. Sometimes you become the ending. You walk away, you rebuild, you forgive yourself, you stop waiting. And one morning you realize the person you were trying so hard to save was you. if nobody has told you this today. You don't need everybody to believe in your comeback. You only need enough courage to make tomorrow different from yesterday. I got scars on my confidence, dust on my dreams, but there's still something inside me that refuses to leave. I got memories that hurt me, but they don't own my name. I walked through every fire and came out carrying the flame. They counted me out, so I learned how to count on myself. They left me with nothing, so I built something out of hell. They said I wouldn't make it, now I'm standing where they said I couldn't stand. You can call me finished if you want to, just don't be surprised when I come back again. They counted me out, but they underestimated pain. You can break a person's heart and still not break their name. I was down on my knees, now I'm back on my feet. Everything they called weakness made my comeback complete. I remember looking at my reflection like, who are you? Not because I didn't recognize my face, but because I couldn't recognize the person behind it anymore. I had spent too long trying to impress people who already decided what they thought of me. So I stopped tracing validation, stopped begging for attention, stopped shrinking my dreams so other people could feel comfortable around me. And suddenly the silence wasn't lonely, it was peaceful. I could hear my own thoughts again, I could hear my own heartbeat, I could hear that little voice saying, get up! So I got up, not perfect, not healed, not fearless, just willing. And sometimes willing is enough to start changing your entire life. Because maybe your comeback doesn't begin when you're strong, maybe it begins when you're broken and still say, I'm getting up anyway. Now every morning feels like evidence, every breath is another chance. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know I'm gonna advance. I don't need a perfect road, I just need another mile. I don't need the whole world, just one reason to keep my smile. And if I fall again, I'll get up again. If they doubt me again, I'll build again. If they leave again, I'll love myself enough not to chase them down the road. Because I've already learned what desperation costs. I've already paid the price, now I'm choosing peace. To the person listening alone tonight, I know you feel forgotten, I know you wonder if anybody sees how hard you've been fighting. I know you smiled around people who had no idea you were drowning. But hear me, your worst chapter doesn't get to write your whole story. Your lowest moment doesn't get the final word. And whoever convinced you that you're finished was never qualified to decide your future. They counted me out, but I never counted myself. They thought I needed saving, I was learning how to save myself. They saw the darkness, never saw what it created. They saw me fall and never saw how I waited. They counted me out, now I'm standing in the proof. Everything they said would break me gave me something to push through. If you've ever been abandoned, if you've ever felt alone, if you rebuilt your whole life with nobody coming home, this is your song too. I don't need them to regret it, I don't need them to return, I don't need them to admit that they were wrong about my words. Because here's the truth, I wish somebody told me sooner. The people who walked away from your struggle don't deserve ownership of your success. Read that again in your heart, they don't own your comeback, you do. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them remember you as the version they thought they could leave behind. You don't owe anybody the old version of yourself. They only knew the version of me that was drowning. They never met the one who learned how to swim. If that line feels like your life, don't just listen to it, tell your story. Somebody else might need to know they aren't the only one. Because your story could be the reason somebody doesn't quit tonight. Your scar could become somebody else's survival guide. I know what it costs to keep going when nobody celebrates it, when you make progress quietly and nobody even notices. power in quiet progress. One day at a time, one decision at a time, one painful morning at a time. You don't have to fix your entire life tonight. Just don't surrender it tonight. That's enough. Tomorrow, take another step, and the day after, another. Until the distance between who you were and who you're becoming is too far to ever go back. They counted me out, but I turned out into fuel. They gave me every reason to quit. I gave myself one reason to move. They counted me out. Now I'm standing in the rain. I didn't become fearless, I just stopped running from the pain. They counted me out, but they didn't know my heart. They thought the ending was the ending. I was only at the start. Now imagine the day you finally get everything you thought you lost forever. Imagine looking back at the person crying in that room, the person who thought it was over, the person who almost quit, the person who couldn't see past that one terrible night. Imagine telling them you made it. Not because life became easy, because you became stronger. That's the part nobody sees. They'll see the result, they won't see the repetitions, the sleepless nights, the silent tears, the doors that close, the people who laugh, the times you started over. But you will, and that's why nobody can take this from you. You remember what it cost. The world may only see the comeback. You remember the collapse. That's why you protect your peace differently now. I don't want the old life, I want the life that makes the old pain make sense. I don't want the old friends if I have to become smaller to keep them. I don't want the old love if I have to abandon myself to receive it. I don't want applause if I have to lose my soul for it. Give me purpose, give me peace, give me one more chance to prove to myself that the person I believed I could become was never a fantasy. They counted me out, but look at me now. Not because I never fell, because I learned how to stand out. But look at me now, I carried every scar and still found a way out. But they don't get to count me anymore. I stopped measuring my worth by people walking through the door. I counted on myself. They thought I needed everybody. I needed to believe in myself. They thought the story ended when I lost everything. But losing everything taught me what was actually worth keeping. So if you're listening right now, with your back against the wall, stay. If you're tired, rest. If you're broken, heal. But don't confuse being broken with being finished. Some of the strongest people you'll ever meet are people who had every reason to quit and still chose tomorrow. I was one of them. Maybe you are too. They counted me out. They thought they knew my ending. They didn't, and neither do you. So get back up. Not for them, not for revenge, not for applause. Get back up, because your story isn't finished. You counted me out, but I was never counting on them. I was counting on me. And if nobody believes in you yet, borrow this belief until you can build your own. They counted me out. I came back anyway.